because people know how to pronounce my name. I love that. Actually, I used to live in France, and I liked that better because everybody called me Rachel. And I thought I was sexy. For a year of my life, I was Rachel, and I really, really liked it. The only problem is now, anytime I see a French person, I'm like, could you say my name? There was a French guy the other day, and I just said to him, do me a favor, say my name, say my name, say my name in French. And he just looked so confused and just went, mon nom. But I liked it. I really liked being Rachel because I felt really sexy. And then I moved to the Netherlands. And everybody called me Rachel. Which sounds so aggressive. And I found out recently that Rachel is actually a word in Dutch. It's a word in Dutch. It's something they use in the building trade. It's a slat in the ceiling. I said slat. In the ceiling that they attached plasterboard to or other nailable items. Basically, in Dutch, I'm nailable. That's what it means. But the thing is, it's not a sexy language, is it? It's really not a sexy language, Dutch. Like, Rachel sounds lovely. Rachel is, like, really aggressive, and that is the whole Dutch language. Nothing in Dutch sounds sexy. They can't even make underwear sound sexy. We borrowed the French word, didn't we, here? We call it lingerie. And I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of the brands over here for underwear have sexy sounding French names, like Coco de Mer, or Chantal, or Agent Provocateur. And in the Netherlands, the Dutch people get their ondergoed, which is the Dutch word for lingerie, from a place called the Hunkemuller. Sounds like a German hardware store. I'm going to tell you about the first time I bought a bra in the Netherlands, because that was quite an eye-opener, because I'm British. I grew up here, and I am, well, like most British people, a little bit prudish. I think we can agree, us Brits are a little bit prudish. Now, if we go to get measured for a bra in the UK, there's only one place we go. Ladies? They should be giving royalties. Marks and Spencer's, M&S. Why? Because you know there's going to be a little old lady who's going to take you round the back to the secret changing room. And she's going to measure you ever so gently. There's no eye contact. She won't even touch you. And she'll whisper your measurements in your ear. This was my expectation. I went into the Hunkemuller and I said, would you measure me, please, for a bra? This lady stepped out from behind the counter, looked me direct in the eye and just went, "Ya whore!" I spoke no Dutch. Apparently means, yes, of course, madam. And she was wielding this tape measure, and she threw it round me in the middle of the store, like she was trying to catch some wild animal with a lasso. And then she started measuring me right there in the shop, so everybody could see. And then she started shouting out my measurements like some kind of crazy bingo caller. I just heard her shout, 150. Which, if you don't speak Dutch, is fucking massive. Because this woman didn't even give me time to take off my backpack. We got there in the end. Get the backpack off, we get this measurement. Oh, what's happening? We're going to get this measurement, okay? But that's only half the story, isn't it, ladies? We've got numbers and letters, haven't we? We've got numbers and letters. Numbers around here, letters are the cup size. Now, the thing is in the UK, there is a method for calculating cup size. Gentlemen strapping, because I'm going to explain this to you. You measure around the band in inches and you round that up to the nearest whole number. You then measure around the fullest part of the bust in inches and you round that up to the nearest whole number. You've got 2 numbers. You subtract that number from that number and then you get a number in inches which tells you what your cup size is. So if the difference is 1 inch, you're an A cup. 2 inches, you're a B cup. You see how this works? 3, C. 4, lucky. 5, back pain. That's how they measure cup size in the UK, but it doesn't work in the Netherlands because the Netherlands is all metric. Do you want to know how they measure cup size in the UK, in the Netherlands? It's like measuring a horse with hands, basically. And you know what, it's fine, because I have been with my husband for a long time. So if ever I feel a little bit horny, I just get myself off down the Hunkamala, get them to measure me for a bra. I'm there most weekends, I never buy one, I just get, just checked out. But what I like about the Netherlands is that you notice the difference growing up there from being in the UK. Because I think we are quite prudish in the UK. And I grew up in a very, very small village in the south of England. And my kids are now being brought up in one of the most liberal and tolerant cities in the whole world, I think. And you notice these little differences. Like, for example, sex education at school. I remember the sex education I had at school. It was, if a man loves a woman and they're married, they can have a special cuddle. And that's how babies are born. And they never even explained it to us. They then put a video on of bunnies having sex. That was it. Ruined Watership Down for me. Whereas in the Netherlands, my daughter, she came home at the age of 6 and she explained to me what a dildo was. It's very, very different over there. They're very open and honest about sex education over there. We got the lowest rate of teenage unwanted pregnancy in the world in the Netherlands. Here in the UK, it's one of the highest. That's because they're so open about everything. And, my daughter, I remember they're practicing putting condoms on bananas at school. I don't know if anyone did this. Practicing putting condoms on banana in sex education, yeah. They were meant to do it with dildos, but all the dildos at my daughter's school got stolen. But I think that's wrong, quite frankly. I don't know if you ever Googled the average size of a banana compared to the average size of a penis, and I think it's setting the bar far too high, quite frankly. It's very disappointing when we go out in the real world. I think, they should change it. It shouldn't be bananas. It should be, I don't know, gherkins. That's what I reckon. Gherkins. But I'm going to just tell you this story about my son. He recently had to do biology at school, and he had to learn about the lady parts. Now, I don't know if you remember how you did that. For us, it was look in a book, turn to page 18. That's what a vulva looks like. Now close that book and never look at it again. Whereas in my son's school, they decided to make it into a project. Now, I don't normally use the C word, but the teachers did, so it's fine. They said, today we're going to make cunt cakes. And what they did... Yeah. Teachers said, we're going to make cunt cakes. And they brought in all these uniced little sponge cakes. And then lots and lots of different icing, like icing pens, mouldable icing, sprinkles. I think that was for a jazzle. And those little icing balls. And they had to recreate the female vulva out of the cupcakes. I think that's brilliant. Did anyone else have this at school? Because afterwards, they all sat round and ate them all. I don't think that's on the curriculum here, is in the UK. Pussy eating. And you see the way that kids eat cupcakes as well, right? They don't even take the paper off. They're like... I think it's brilliant. I was really, really proud of my son because he got excellent grades. Yeah, exactly. Not only did he fill his cunt cake with jam, that little icing ball was in exactly the right position. So proud. You've been absolutely brilliant.